No. Hey, everybody.
Hey, happy Easter. How's everybody doing? Lucario, what's going on, man? We're doing good. How about yourself? How about yourself?
Hello, hello, hello. How's
Joe,
everyone's sadness?
how are you, Joe?
I'm a little sad. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
I'm a little upset. Uh, I would have, rather the game gone a different way today, but that's okay. That is okay. Accent, you're gonna become a Yankees fan now? Good luck, bro. What?
I didn't see that, but that didn't pop up in my chat.
I've got live chat instead of top chat, so I don't know if,
Unbelievable.
yeah. Went to a Kraken game Thursday and clinched for the playoffs. Lucario, that's a
Nice.
big dub.
I've never been.
That is a huge W in the book of
Huh.
W's.
So, overall, friends, it's Easter. Mariners game was on early, so we all got to watch that this morning. The Mariners drop the final game of the Cleveland Guardian series. This game was ugly,
And
but
pivotal. Sorry.
interesting.
Yeah. It was something, that's for sure. We accents already, we're not messing around right here. We're just getting straight into it. Is this game on Scott or Brash? I don't think it's entirely on either person. I will say I don't think it's on Teoscar at all.
I completely agree.
That's a
Teoscar
hard
Hernandez.
that's a hard play to make when you're cold off the bench. Fire Scott Service Michael. No.
Yeah, I don't know about that, Michael.
No.
Overall, obviously, the biggest problem with this game is using Tommy LaStella as a pinch hitter, period. Tommy LaStella has zero place
Hey man, you
on
got
your
an RBI.
roster.
You got an
I don't
RBI.
care.
All right.
He has zero he has zero space on your roster when he cannot come in and play a defensive position for you, and it forces your hand to move Teoscar Hernandez out of the DH spot, burn the
Well,
DH, put him in right field. Ridiculous.
I think that part I think is on Scott,
Yeah.
where you should know the risk you run with getting a guy that's cold out there. I don't like just put Haggerty out there
It makes no sense. Yeah.
instead of putting Teo out there and sacrificing your DH. Like, yeah, you don't get another pinch hit opportunity with Haggerty, but at the same time, he's just going to hit in that spot in the lineup. So, Matt Brash, I mean, he had some control issues. That walk to Naylor's almost as bad as the double. Like, at that rate, it's like if he doesn't walk Naylor, that at bat to Brennan just doesn't happen. So, overall, I'd say it's about like a 50-50 between Scott and then Brash, and then maybe not 50 on Brash because that's a tough order. It's his first save opportunity. Like, I saw someone say like have Brash pitch the seventh, or have basically they wanted Castillo to pitch the ninth, and I was like, I don't know if that's any better than Brash,
He's
but
been good so far.
no, yeah, don't get me wrong. Diego had a great outing today. His like I don't know if it was off speed or if it was a sinker or whatever. He had some great movement, and I liked what
I'm
I
gonna
saw.
interrupt you.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Calvin, what's up, man? It was great talking to you and your dad, man. Thanks for saying hi. All right,
There you
can
go.
continue.
Yeah. I read that and I was like, I can't respond to that. That's not my job. Topa did it in almost higher stakes in his first appearance. You're not one for excuses right now. Then why? Well, yeah. I mean, okay. Then sure. Then it's all on Brash in your head because Brash didn't get the job done. Period.
JB Bukowskis. I mean, I understand why they're using JB Bukowskis, but
Because you
like,
don't have anybody else.
you don't have anybody else. Well, see, I would say that, but then you bring in Penn Murphy because you feel like you had to when the guy threw 18 pitches in 2 games.
Yeah.
18 pitches? I can do that in my sleep. 18 pitches
Yeah. I mean,
and still
you're
throw the
throwing
next day.
70 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's like
Same thing.
Well, you guys are worried about using Penn Murphy a third day in a row after 18 pitches. Who the hell cares?
Yeah.
Get him out there. This is supposed to be a playoff baseball team. If you're going to use JB Bukowskis over him, I understand I understand wanting to rest your guys,
Mm-hmm.
but JB Bukowskis, he has never been a competitive pitcher in his career. Dude walks everyone and their mother. And Joe, you had an idea. What was your idea for kind of saving the bullpen in this game?
It was. I think it was. So after Brash gave up the double, I'm like, okay, we already know the bullpen's thin, and they give up the lead again in the 10th. I was like, or not the lead. They tie the game. It keeps going. I was thinking of just sacrificing Flexen's start on Tuesday, foregoing it, and have him come in to just eat some innings for however long you need it. Yeah, Flexen just started the other day, but skip his start on Tuesday. It's a game against the Cubs that doesn't matter nearly as much as the deciding game against the Guardians, where you're going to win the season series or you're going to lose that tiebreaker now, should it be a tiebreaker in the wild card. If the Twins are still playing well, that is, I mean, it's, we're like 10 games in, but the Twins could fall off because, that just happens. But, and then just bring up Tommy Malone, bring up Taylor Dollard, bring up Justice Sheffield for that game on Tuesday. Just make it a wash game. Who cares? You'd rather win this game against the Guardians than win that game against the Cubs. But hindsight's 2020. You never know what's going to happen if you bring Flexen in. Is he just going to give up a home run to Naylor instead of Brash? You never know. And that's the thing that sucks too, though, because you do never know if he gets the job done and closes it out. So, yeah, I don't know.
Lucario, you're right. He's going to have to go 7 because the bullpen's taxed. I mean, you can probably throw Seawald again, but losing Munoz today, that sucks.
It was the absolute worst day to lose your best relief pitcher. The worst day. A game where your bullpen's already taxed. You're not going to have as many guys out there as you want, and then you lose your best one and just puts guys in situations that they're not comfortable with. Accent, you're saying Brash can't be our closer if he's wild. He's never been asked to be our closer. That's not what his responsibility was up until today in the 9th inning. Yeah, it's, Scott's kind of just testing the waters. It's early. This is a test of whether or not Brash can figure it out. And those first 2 pitches after he gave up the double and he had his no, I was a little worried. I mean, I was watching the game with Caitlin and she was like, yeah, I don't think Brash should continue to pitch. She was like, get him out of there because he's just not going to be mentally there. And then he bounced back. He ended up striking out Straw. But at the same time, it just goes to it's a testament to the mental battle that is the 9th inning. The girlfriend, yeah, you're welcome, Accent.
Yeah, every stream. Gotta be brought up every stream.
Yeah.
And overall, I mean, we can blame it. Obviously, the bullpen was bad today. The bullpen was terrible. George Kirby looked pretty good. 6 innings pitched.
I don't know about terrible.
They were pretty bad.
Diego Castillo and Trevor Gott, they were great.
They were good. Justin Topa walked 2, but he was still pretty good.
Yeah.
Obviously, But with that being said, you gotta put some blame on the lineup. They had so many opportunities to add on to this lead, and once they get a few runs, they just struggle the rest of the game. So
yeah, I mean, they definitely were battling in the extras. It was back and forth. Yeah, the Manfred man helps, but I think some great ABs overall today. Aside from honestly the top 3 of the lineup.
They look terrible.
We needed a bit more out of them today.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Gino striking out with the bases. Ooh! When he struck out with the bases loaded, I was like, Gino, bastard. So, yeah.
JB was a little rough. I agree with that, Dylan. Zach says Teodos needs to make a catch. I mean, that's an impossible situation to put.
You're cold.
Stella killed it.
Yeah, it was one of those ones where it is a mismanaged situation where you're putting a cold fielder out there in the 9th to go make a play over his back shoulder in the sun on a ball that's probably tailing away from him. Yeah, Teo's been great out there, but we all know that in his past, he hasn't been the best fielder. And yeah, he's got great speed. He got to the ball. It's over his, it's awkward. It's an awkward position to be in. If you leave JK there and right, it's over his. Wait, did I say that backwards? Front shoulder, back shoulder, whatever. It's to his glove side, right? So it's going to be an easier catch to make. A homeless man could have caught that ball. No, Accent, shut your mouth.
Let's see you get out there, Accent. I'm gonna start hitting balls that way. See you catch it, buddy.
There you go.
You can't catch anything. You can't catch anything but a can of corn in Nebraska.
W joke.
But yeah, overall, I mean the lineup was just bad. In my opinion, I think they looked terrible. JK looked good. He put up some really good at-bats there towards the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, AJ Pollock, I personally don't understand why they take AJ Pollock out there. I don't understand it. Because, I get that you want to put in a lefty to...
The matchups. The matchups.
But it's Tommy LaStella.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but he's dog shit. So, why are you putting in Tommy LaStella?
Hey, man, he got an RBI.
I could have gotten that RBI, honestly. Just throw the ball down to the first baseman. That's basically what he did.
Yeah. Wait, we lost? Yes,
Yeah.
Zephan. We
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
did
Yeah. Yeah.
unfortunately lose in extra innings. We lost in the 12th inning, 7-6. Bullpen is just regressing to the mean. We knew this would happen. Was a miracle. It was shut down for 2 seasons in a row. Yes and no. I get what you're saying about like regressing to the mean. There's going to be hiccups. I think if Munoz is healthy today, this game ends in a 5-3 ball game.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. I mean, the
we win
bullpen's not
this- we
regressing
sweep.
to the mean when you bring up two guys that were never a part of the bullpen to begin with and use both of them in the game. That's not them regressing to the mean. That's simply just having to use two guys because the rest of the bullpen's tired.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is.
What does this loss mean in terms of playoffs? Season's cooked. We're finished. It's done. No, basically, if we end up in a tiebreaker with the Guardians in the wild card, they own the tiebreaker over us, so they would place ahead of us. So if we're tied for the third wild card spot, we would be eliminated from the playoffs. If we're tied for the second spot, we'd get the third, so on and so forth.
Trying to pick off Jose Ramirez. Yeah, that was stupid. I don't know what Murphy was doing there. Like you have the play in front of you, and you're gonna risk that. I don't know. That was dumb on Penn Murphy's part. I don't know what he was thinking there, but
maybe he was trying to save his arm since he had to go pitch 3 days in a row. But
he had to throw a whole 18 pitches. Yeah,
it was tough.
And he's like, oh God. Then he had to throw more pitches because of it. When they put Mike Ford in a pivotal moment and he struck out in pathetic fashion, I get a flashback to that every time La Stella comes out. Yeah, I mean, Tommy La Stella, if he can't play the field and he's not that good of a hitter, he is worth absolutely nothing to you.
Yeah, if he's not gonna be like Matt Stairs, get him off the roster. I don't want him as like if he's not gonna be able to like be the pinch hit god and he can't play the field, what is he doing? There's no not that there's no room. But it's not valuable, like a valuable roster spot.
Yeah, I would rather. I mean, I know that I said before, Odell Beckham just got traded to the Ravens or signed with the Ravens.
Yeah. I don't know.
Football.
That doesn't affect me. He's gonna play like 4 games and
get hurt.
Yeah.
My opinion is we light the entire bullpen on fire. All right, bro.
That's a bad idea because they're Los Bomberos, so they're just gonna put out the fire anyways.
Yeah, that's. Should have had Hummel come in to pitch the 11th, honestly. Like, why not? Yeah, I mean, there was just some bad baseball played today, and bad. I mean, this is an entire team loss overall.
Yeah,
like Scott did not manage very well in the latter innings, and the team just didn't step up when they really needed to.
What if Scott got tossed when he was arguing with the home plate umpire about Karinchak's lack of ability to throw to home? What if he got tossed? Do you think we win this game? Do you think whoever is the interim manager at that point, covering for the rest of the game, do you think we win?
Very possibly, yeah.
Kind of fires up the guys and we got to win this for Scott, and then something like that. Maybe if it was Negron covering for him again, he doesn't put Teo out and right. You never know. Maybe Scott should have been a little bit more feisty towards what was the home plate umpire's name? What'd you say his name was?
Oh my God.
You had it earlier.
I had it earlier. It was a guy. For sure.
He's definitely the home plate umpire.
He was definitely the home plate umpire. I can't think of his name right now. It doesn't matter. But that, I'm honestly surprised Scott didn't get tossed because he was talking a lot of trash from that. And rightfully so. I mean, the umpire's dumb. That should have been a ball. I don't think it would have mattered in the long.
I mean, Julio was swinging at a ball that didn't even make it to home plate in that bat, I'm pretty sure. So.
His chase rate is really bad this year. Julio is chasing pitches so far out of the zone, it's ridiculous.
He's pressing quite a bit. It seems like,
and he's still playing well. Don't get me wrong, but he just here. I'll look it up. Talk.
I think he's just trying to do a little bit too much. Whereas Gino, I mean, he had a 1 for 6 day. It's not the best, but Gino, he's hitting 7 straight games. Same as Ty, but. One of those ones where they're just trying to feel the contact and the power comes later. I think Julio is not having that same approach, and they're different batters. Everyone has a different approach to the plate, so it's tough. But yeah, Julio not his best today. And then you're right. I'm pretty sure his chase rate's in the 30%. Is it not?
He's in the 13th percentile of chase rate in all of MLB right now.
Not ideal. Not what you want out of your leadoff hitter.
His baseball savant page actually is kind of bad right now. Not gonna lie,
we're cooked. We spent $470 million on a bad baseball savant page, boys. We're done. We're cooked.
Should have called up Darren McCacken instead of JB Bukauskas.
Low key.
Agreed.
Low key.
Actual.
Pull in Chris Flexen for this game. McCacken starts on Tuesday in his spot against Wesneski.
Yeah, I think I like that. Yo, it was nice meeting you, Dara. Heck yeah, man. It's Julio over.
Right now, I'd rather have Murph than Cal. You're smoking
Uh,
crack, my
yeah,
guy.
Murph looked horrible.
I mean, he got a double. He got a
That's
double,
true. He
but
got his first
he was
hit.
making Colton Wong look like he had competitive at bats, and it was bad until he got that double. I love big thing though when he was like, I need that ball.
I need that ball.
Yeah, that's a fun moment. A fun moment.
Yeah, and he's come back from injury where he missed like most of the season, could have possibly ended his career, and he was
Yeah.
like, I need the ball. That was big. That was big. So Andres going out for 15 days. It's Mune over.
Murph was playing like he was on psychedelics, bro.
Well,
He's got crazy eyes.
this is true. And he had fun doing it, which is good. But like, I don't know. Overall, the game today was the game today. I mean,
It sure was a game of games today.
The game was a game. But now they go on to Chicago to face the Cubs. That should be a fun little series. I'm excited to see the Cubs. I like the Cubs. But
Did Cubs beat the Rangers today? I think, or did they lose today?
yes.
They lost 8-2, but they beat the Rangers yesterday.
Yeah.
All right.
This game probably has zero ramifications for the rest of the season.
The Cubs
Probably.
game or the Guardians
This
game?
the Guardians game. This game probably has zero ramifications.
Because you think the Guardians win the division?
Well, either that or I mean, you have to tie, and like the likelihood of tying is not high. You know what I mean?
It's
Like
pretty
it's
low.
not like it. I wouldn't say it's likely that they tie. Well, who did we tie with last year? It was.
I don't think we tied with anybody last year.
Oh, you're right, because they
It
finished
was
with 90.
It was
You're right.
close, yeah.
It was between the Rays, the Orioles, and the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
For towards the end of the season.
You know,
So
Dylan's right. Silver lining, we won the series today.
first series win of the year, boys.
Yeah, I mean we won it yesterday, but regardless.
This
And
is true.
Wong, Dylan also Wong did something today. You're right. He had a hit. He had a great sacrifice fly. When he hit that, I was like, "Oh, it's gone." And then I realized
It looked gone.
I forgot about the wind in Cleveland.
Yeah, and it's Colton Wong.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it's fine.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are so many positives to take away from this series that we're just pointing out the negatives of this game because Joe
We're
and I
Mariners
definitely thought this
fans.
was a pretty pivotal game, and yeah, that's what Mariners fans do. But overall, this was a good series for the Mariners.
There was a lot to like. Like,
and they put up. I mean, they put up some runs this series. They hit, let's see, 14 runs.
Yeah, and
3 games.
They were. I mean, I think how they had double-digit hits in the first 2 games. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
The bats are waking up a bit more. It's just we need, unfortunately, the pitching to be healthy, and we have lost Robbie Ray, who, it's a big blow to your starting rotation, and then having to pull Chris Flexen out of that bullpen, and then you also lose Munoz today. It's just, we're gonna need the bats to step up, and then the guys in the bullpen to hold it down, essentially.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they can do it, but I mean, one more injury to anywhere on the pitching staff right now, and you're in big trouble.
Cooked.
Like, whether it be the bullpen or the starting rotation, if there's another injury, you're kind of screwed, in my opinion.
I mean, like, when Logan's velo was down on, what day was that? Friday?
Yeah.
He only went 4 innings, so 81 pitches. I feel like all hell was going to break loose if we're, later in the day, Logan Gilbert on IL, it was just going to be all bad. It's dip over from that at that point.
Dip over.
It's
dip over.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was almost log over.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabe Spires looked really good, all right. Yeah. Gabe Spire looked really, really good. Yeah, Mashevitz and Barucki. Yeah, I mean,
what was it? Is it Ryan Borucki? Is that his name?
Yeah, Ryan Barucki.
What did I always call him? I feel like I called him like a completely wrong name like the entire season last year.
Sounds like you, yeah.
But Gabe Spire and Trevor got I'd say the bright spots out of the bullpen that did not expect. We've seen what we've got out of Brash that's very similar to last year, aside from the double today. Seawald has been pretty good. There was, that blow up in the 11-2 game against the Angels, but that's negligible because we were winning 11-0 when he went in. So I don't know. I've liked what we've seen out of Gott and Spire for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, chills, DePoto did it again.
Dipoto did
or
it
whatever.
again. Yeah. I mean, Dipoto probably could do it a bit more if Scott would leave Pollock in some ABs instead of bring Listella in. I feel like that could be a bit more.
Imagine we had Darren McCacken as the closer, pumping 106 easily. Facts.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
no other way to put it. Gotta put in the big word to the management there to get Darren McCacken on the roster.
That's damn straight, dude. I agree, Maze. I agree. It was not a fun game, and okay. So let me backtrack here, really quick.
Rewind.
It was 3-1 going into the ninth inning, as most of us know. So me prepared to post the game recap, came out here to my setup to record, and I had the game playing on my phone, like just the audio, and I was like, and then I just went back inside and sat back down, watched the rest of the game. I'm like, I don't know how long this is gonna take.
Yeah,
now.
like I was, the entire time I'm like, okay, we're gonna get ready to stream here in like the next half hour, and then the innings just kept going. I'm like, what's going on? What is going on here?
Teo would have made that catch. Yeah, I completely agree.
I'm sorry, you mean Kalanick would have made
Teo's? Or Kalanick would have made Teo's catch. Yeah, facts. I agree. I mean, DFA Listella, honestly, please. I think that Listella is when somebody's healthy, whether that be Dylan Moore or Taylor Trammell, Listella's gone.
Yeah,
because he is the only one that I do not see having any kind of spot on this roster.
Do you think Hummel's looked a bit more competitive in the at bats to you
than Listella?
Yeah.
I think Tucker, the Mariners' dog, has looked more competitive in his at bats.
That's fair. That's that's a reasonable claim there, I will say. Time to trade for Aroldis Chapman. I mean, we could have had him for 1 year, $4 million, but yeah, Colton doesn't want him because he's not a good person, which makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want him. It seems like
I was like, wait a second.
Could be I don't know. It's hard to deny 102 from the left side, but also like cancer.
Man could be literally the greatest player of all time. I don't care if he's a bad person. He shouldn't play on my baseball team.
There you go.
It's just a fact of life. That's why Trevor Bauer is overseas.
Facts.
Hummel and Listella are getting banished when Moore and Trammell are ready. Yeah, I would hope that Listella goes first. Personally,
yeah, Listella has to go first. He just doesn't. It doesn't even look like he wants to be up to bat either when he's there. Mm-hmm. He's just like. He looks like that kid from Meet the Robinsons. You know that? No, you know that kid.
Anyways, Hummel, at least provides you some defensive versatility, whereas Listella is worthless to you at the plate, and he can't play the field. So that's why I think Hummel definitely should stay at least for a little while. But the problem is, Accent, you can't carry more than 13 pitchers. And
let's count them out.
Yeah, I mean, we already got starting 5.
Luis Castillo, Chris Flexen, Logan Gilbert, Marco Gonzalez, George Kirby. Bullpen, you've got, who should we start with? Paul Sewald. We'll go backwards. Matt Brash, Diego Castillo. I'm running out of room here. Penn Murphy, Justin Topa, J.B. Bukowskis, Trevor Gott, Gabe Spire. That 13. Believe it or not, I'm going to recount here. 13 pitchers. So.
Yep.
No, we cannot DFA Listella for another pitcher.
Unless that other pitcher is Shohei Ohtani.
Ooh. Let's trade for him now. Let's trade for him now. If you have 2 bad starting pitcher days back to back in the first 2 games of a 3 or 4 game series, your bullpen is toast. Correct.
You think that Marco's was a bad start, huh? I think Marco was great.
5 2/3 is good. It's just you use Murphy for that a third of an inning, and then now there's this whole issue today where it's like we can't use him. It's 3 days in a row until the very end, which I think that's where it kind of cuts like into the bullpen plan and usage. Marco, I agree. I thought it was good. It wasn't super great. It was a good Marco start, but a good Marco start is still mid.
Yeah, I mean overall he kept the baseball's up, dude. He kept the team in the game, so that's what matters. And they won the start. I mean they did, but like Joe said, only using Penn Murphy for that 1 out and then Like, I mean, he could have gone back out there. Again, I understand why they didn't, but in the end, it would have saved somebody in the bullpen. Whether that have been, I don't even know, Brash or whoever else was used yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have used Seawald to rock the baby again today. Honestly, I'm just glad that the person who didn't walk the game off, I'm glad it wasn't Josh Naylor, because otherwise he would have been like
Run into first base. I mean, to be fair, like, okay, Seawald, he definitely like it's kind of a bitch move.
It kind of was, but it was funny.
He did it to like when he had his back turned. I was like, yikes, they're eating him alive in the comments on Twitter, bro. Like it was bad looks for Seawald. But
I honestly don't think that
dude.
I honestly don't think that Naylor would have cared. Naylor would have been like, yeah.
I think
I'll get you tomorrow.
I think it's in good spirit, right? It wasn't like I don't know. Seawald pulled out the brooms in Toronto too. Like that's just kind of like part of like the game. And like if you're not gonna it's I don't know. Banter can be fun. It's just when people take it too far is the issue. THP. That's why I reacted my certain way that I did, bro. I understand the idea that they're going for and walking, to get a run on first, but like, dude, like it's Andres Jimenez, like one of them where he's fast. He's fast. Like they're just gonna steal second. If you're not gonna throw down, don't walk him.
Yeah,
it doesn't help you at that point. It doesn't help you. It's so silly. And like I don't know if it's just like to maybe give them an extra breather because like that run on second doesn't matter anyways.
True. I mean, overall, I don't hate it because Andres Jimenez is basically God, so I don't hate it. But like, I understand where you're coming from, THP. It just if you're not gonna at least hold the runner on, like even make an attempt,
like have Cal throw down and then like have like someone run in front, cut it off just in case the guy goes on third. Just make it like a complete like high school routine, like fake the runner down. Like I don't know. It's just silly. Like if you're gonna no contest them on the stolen base. What are you doing?
Yeah. And I agree, THP. At that point, you should have just walked the bases loaded. Because if you would have, in that situation, that throw at the plate, obviously, who knows what would have happened? You know, butterfly effect, blah, blah, blah. But if there was a play at the plate, it would have been a force out. Wouldn't have had to try to turn around and tag the runner. Why is Jimenez batting seventh? That's a great
I think he was hitting fifth today. I think Francona moved him up.
Was he?
Yeah, it was Juan, Rosario, Ramirez, Naylor, Jimenez, Bell.
Brennan, Straw, Gallagher.
Yeah, because Bell got moved down. Yeah, because Bell been struggling. That's a big yikes for me for wanting the Mariners to sign Bell this offseason. Do you imagine that?
Second over Colton Wong.
Yeah, on it. Yo, that throw he made yesterday where they allowed the run to score. Wait, was that yesterday?
That's today, wasn't it?
Was it? Was it today? Was it today? Yeah, that was the extra run that scored in the ninth. Yeah, when Teo scored. Yeah. My bad. Yeah, that throw. That's prime second base throw right there.
That's right. Second baseman Josh Bell, by the way.
It felt like yesterday how long the game went on and how long that play has been removed from my brain.
Yeah, in all actuality, it was just like a normal length of a game compared to what we've had before. But
true.
But yeah, overall, I mean, the series was good. I mean, we've talked a lot about this series so far, but of course, the Mariners now dropped to 4-6. But guess what, guys? They have the exact same record as the Houston Astros. So who cares? Who cares?
I want them to be 5-5. I'm sad. I wanted them to win really bad today. It was a great game for JK overall. Thought, diving play. I liked the slow-mo that they did. Showed his... But never mind. And then the double, his... that walk... Just great plate appearances, aside from the first two strikeouts. I missed the first two plate appearances, but Kelenic, I feel like, big bright spot for today.
Yeah. No, he looks really good at the plate, and he looks like he's having fun, which is what matters. You know what I mean? He looks like he's enjoying playing the game of baseball, which he has not looked like that for the past few years. So we have the Rockies and the Cubs ahead. The Cubs are decent, man. The Cubs are a decent, like, little sneaky team.
Yeah, I mean, they put up 10 yesterday, but then they gave up 8 today. So we've got Smiley in the first game. So hopefully we can tattoo him a bit to allow some easy riding for Castillo. If like we get out to an early lead, if Castillo, knock on wood, gives up some runs, he can still kind of push through it because we have the lead kind of thing. You're going to need him to eat innings. We already talked about it a little bit, but yeah, we need Castillo to go 7 tomorrow, minimum.
Yeah, because realistically tomorrow, who's available? If
Out of the
Castillo,
bullpen?
yeah, I mean,
Seawald.
Seawald, and then I mean you could probably throw Topa again if you want
Seawald,
to.
Topa, and Spire would be the 3 I would say that are like the most likely to be available. And if it hits the fan, you skip Flex and start. You call up some guy from AAA and
Darren
McCacken. Who cares? Just anybody, and eat a game on Tuesday.
Yep.
Or maybe not. Maybe you don't.
Nah,
it
doesn't
doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
So Wisniewski, dude, is a rookie. He'll be extremely inconsistent, but he's a big strikeout boy.
True.
So Cubs in terms of bullpen, no idea. I have no clue who's in the Cubs bullpen. Call up Darren. Yo, you're not wrong, bro.
I would say you could maybe throw Diego if you want to give him 2 days in a row. But if you want to keep saving the pen. Overall, best case scenario, Castillo goes 7, and then you go to like Spire, and then you go, I don't know, Topa, depending on like
They've got Jameson Tyone. They signed him for like over like 6. Oh god, it's an awful contract to get to Jameson Tyone, in my opinion. Adbert Alzolay is a relief pitcher for them. Keegan Thompson, Julian Merriweather. MLB The Show legend Julian Merriweather. Doesn't he throw like 102?
Does he? I have no idea.
Michael Rucker, Humstediv, Michael Fulmer. Saw that from Albright there. Justin Steele's a dog too. Facts. He had like 8 Ks the other day. Brad Boxberger is still pitching.
He exists.
Former Rays closer Brad Boxberger still alive. That's crazy. Yeah, so we're slated against Smiley, Stroman, and then... Or no, Smiley, Wisniewski, and then Stroman. I'm pretty sure. So we skipped Tyone, but Stroman's been icy this year. I don't think he's
been good.
I don't think he's given up a run yet.
He hasn't.
2-0, 14 Ks, not a single earned run yet. Good for him, bro.
Yeah, Stroman's been pretty good, and I don't know exactly how the Mariners are going to fare against him. Because who do they have that day? Gilbert?
No. Yes, Gilbert. Sorry, you said Gilbert, and my brain pictured George Kirby. I was like,
"What's the difference?" Yeah. So I mean, overall, I'd still give that day to the Mariners, like in terms of who has the better starter. But Stroman is really damn good.
I think this year it'd be Stroman, but like overall, like for a full length season, I'd probably pick Gilbert just with like Stroman's inconsistencies. But if he's got a bounce back year in him, that's great for him.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, what else? What else we talk about today, chat?
Dylan Bauman wants Prelander in the bullpen. Give me Prelander. I don't know if he's ready, but that would be sick. That would be sick, just to call him up for a day.
He'll just look like JB Bukowskis and throw only balls the whole game. Yeah. So, Dylan, we'll have a post up for tomorrow's game, 4:40 tomorrow. So we'll have a post up after the game for sure.
Not a stream, but just like the post game recap. So, Prelander hasn't even had a start in Arkansas this year. We're not going to call his ass up. Why not? That means he's fresh, bro. Get him up. That means we can use he has no use down there. Just get him up. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's crazy,
dude. That Arkansas Travelers rotation's
it's disgusting,
filthy though, dude.
It's so good,
crazy.
So it's Prelander, and then they have Miller and Hancock, and then Dollard's in AAA, right?
Yeah, Dollard's in AAA, which is kind of weird to me, but maybe they view him as like someone that can be more ready to just come up if we need him to.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Who else is in that starting rotation?
Michael Fulmer's not to be slept on in the Cubs pen. Just kidding.
Keep talking.
Okay. JB was looking like Festa yesterday. Low-key, what if we just call Festa back up? Send JB down, call Festa back up so he can pitch against the Cubs.
Has to be within 10 days unless there's an injury.
Does it?
Yeah.
Bro, you just got flashbanged by your tab, bro. You were glowing.
Thank you.
Fulmer had a 247 opponent batting average. I sleep.
All right. Oh, okay. So yeah, Prelander. Let's just go over the pitchers on the Arkansas Travelers.
Sure.
Brian Wu.
Oh yeah, Brian Wu. That's right. That's the other big one.
Kyle Tyler, Juan Tens down there, Devin Sweet, AJ Puckett, Ben Anushko, Bryce Miller, Travis Kuhn, Stephen Kolek, Colin Cober, Emerson Hancock, Jake Haberer, Isaiah Campbell, Prelander Baroa, and Dyson Arias. So
Sure.
they're kind of stacked, bro.
I know
Like
some of those names.
well, okay, the pitching's kind of stacked, bro. The rest of the team's not. But yeah, I'll take it. That Sanker be Sankin.
Why do we need to call up Puckett accent? What is your reasoning?
Puckett is kind of nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that
faves?
one of the one that Joe Doyle was looking at, correct?
Yeah, I mean when we did our like roster, our 30 prospects one, I think you brought up, or maybe it was, I can't remember what you mentioned Joe Doyle liking Puckett at some point during a conversation we've had.
Doyle, AJ, Puckett.
You're searching that.
Yeah.
Lucario asks,
Uh-huh.
would you rather face a reliever with a low ERA but high opponent batting average, or a reliever with a high ERA but low opponent batting average? So one's just getting BABIP'd to hell? Is that what's going on there?
I'll take the high batting average.
Yeah, high batting average, because like if you're getting BABIP'd, maybe a ball eventually falls in the wrong spot for them. Bukaki was pretty bad, Rico. I am fine with calling him JB Bukaki.
Like he was
Yeah.
spraying the ball.
Yeah, just all over. Zone. Couldn't control it like a fire hose. Not better than Darren Daydara. Hate to tell you this, man, but I think accent might be on opposite teams here. Joe Doyle also like Topa. I mean, Topa looked great. It's just
Topa looked really good.
Don't throw the changeup ever again. You don't need that pitch. You don't need it. You just need your fastball. You need your sinker. You need your slider. Then you'll be fine. Because he run it up at what, 96, 97?
The accent is stupid. I hated him.
I always hated him. Poor accent. Don't disrespect Darren. Hey, man.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think that we could pull up Darren McCacken. I think it's not a bad idea. But the Mariners just need to figure it out for tomorrow. If Castillo can't go 7, they are screwed up until Thursday when they have that off day.
Yeah, because
they're in trouble.
Yeah. The off days are kind of weird right now. I mean, they played what? Was it? How many games in a row did they play before they had an off day to start the year?
Not many.
I was going to say, like, was Thursday their first off day?
Yeah.
So they played, they played a 3-game and a 4-game, had an off day, and then play 6, have an off game. It's like, it's just tough, like bullpen management, especially like early on. You can tell the management just has like a way shorter leash than I feel like a lot of other teams do on the starters. Understandably, with like Gilbert and Kirby, they're still young. You don't want them to like tire their arm out. And then if you're struggling, there are high end pitches, but like, I don't know, when Ohtani was up there, and we had him in 90 pitches in the 5th. I'm like, oh, thank God Ohtani's not going to pitch the 6th. And then Nevin ran his ass out there to put him at 110 pitches. I'm like,
yep.
Why? Why? So it's just like, ugh. We've been kind of hosed by the schedule gods. The schedule gods and the BABIP gods for Cleveland, yeah, we just on the wrong side of karma at that point. They'd call up Walter Ford before Darren. Buddy. The vanilla
I don't know about
missile.
that one accent.
The vanilla missile. Don't know if the Mariners will win as much as last year, since many of the odds were against us this year so far. They're in the games to win. I'd say like three of the 6 losses could have gone the other way really easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. They'll get it all clicking once the offense gets clicking, and they kind of figure out. The bullpen will eventually kind of even out in terms of right now it's very rocky and like guys are getting hurt. We have 2 new guys just randomly up who just got called up this morning, by the way.
Yeah.
Like it'll even itself out eventually. Wong will start to hit.
Maybe.
Maybe.
How do you feel about Scott just like chopping him out in the lineup? This is your ideal lineup today. Kelenic 6, Pollock 7, Wong 8. We talked about that before. Do you feel that Wong will ever kind of go back up if he starts hitting, or is it just keep him at 8?
before the season even started, I wanted him at 8.
I didn't.
So
Yeah, when they were trying him at 2, I was like, what the like? I
yeah.
understand Scott's need, the effervescent need for the lefty righty, those whole semantics. But Wong was never a number 2 hole hitter for us, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Should have
And
been all.
France is a good 2-hole.
Yeah, Francis. I feel like he's great at 2.
Mhm.
Does the job. Except, there was one pitch today. It was a slider inside, and France with a stupid little bat wiggle fouled it off.
Oh, when he fouled it off. Yeah.
Oh my god! I was like, France, get your bat out of the freaking zone. I swear to God, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pull it back for you. I was so mad.
Julio stole the bag on the next pitch.
I know. Also, do you think Brash could have caught that ball that Jimenez hit right back at his face? Do you remember that?
I think I was out here at that point.
Okay, so yeah, so like Jimenez just tattooed a ball right back at him, and Brash like ducked. But like I feel like if he like had moved his glove hand, I understand, in the moment it's hard, but like could have been like, look what I found, one of those moments.
I can't believe Zach Plesac didn't die today,
dude. I didn't see it live. I saw like the video of it later. It's like, how is he staying in the game? Like, homie, like Teo hit the ball like 107 off the bat, right?
Yeah, it was 107 into his throwing arm.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like crazy.
Oh, I like that hit him, and I'm like, oh well, that's it for Plesac, and he's like, nah, I'm good, bro, I'm good.
That was one thing too. Like we were in like the 6th inning, and Plesac was at like 62 pitches. They just weren't seeing as many deeper counts as they were earlier in the series, which was, I think, the highlight of the first 2 games is they were working the counts a bit more and having a bit better of approach. Yeah, we got out early to the 2-run lead, but still would have liked to maybe get like Plesac out of there before the 7th.
Yeah, and I mean Plesac, he's very hittable. Like the Mariners,
the Athletics agree. They put up 6 earned in the start against the A's the other day. So I don't know.
But the Mariners, I mean, if there's one thing the Mariners have always been consistent at, it is making not Cy Young caliber pitchers look like Cy Young contenders.
Yeah,
Mariners are really good at that.
Just every once in a while, they're just like, here you go, here's some Cy Young votes. Bro,
reminded me of a certain Milwaukee Brewer.
I mean, at least Winker's hitting.
That's true.
Driving in runs. Yeah, Pollock had 2 bombs, and I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. That play by Pollock, I think Dave Sims like, ball had some spin on it. I'm like, no, he just misplayed the ball. I mean, maybe it did have some spin on it, but like, I don't know what the hell he was doing there. Like he looked like he had no clue how to field a baseball in left field when that ball hit up against the wall.
So the play earlier in the game, maybe not earlier, I think it was after that triple, but when Julio and Pollock were, trying to kiss, what was I gotta bring up my girlfriend again. She said that it sounded like like the broadcaster Sims and Blowers were like saying that Pollock should know his place. Are you kidding me? Are you serious right now, bro? Are you serious right now, bro?
My name is Joe. I have a girlfriend. Cool.
I didn't see the play happen, and she was informing me, and now I'm relaying this. So like,
Dave Sims was saying, they're gonna have to show AJ Pollock that Julio has the deed to this outfield or something like that. I'm like,
maybe Julio should call the ball more because it seems like this happened. This has happened 5 times.
It's always Julio. Yeah,
this has happened 5 times so far. It's like I understand like they're all new around each other aside from Julio and Kelenic, that have played together for some time. But like, if there's a consistent factor in here, it's Julio.
Yeah. Every time it's Julio. This is true. Did Winker deserve a second chance? No. It was never going to work with Jesse Winker.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
It sucks that like him and Frazier are hitting. I think Frazier could have worked again, but Winker didn't seem like it was going to work.
Frazier, I would have been a lot more fine with bringing back. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everyone and their mother knew that Jesse Winker was going to hit this year. This is the way it was going to go. It was pretty obvious. Yeah. But I don't know. Overall, I think that Frazier would have made a lot more sense for this team. And trying to compare like Teoscar Hernandez and Jesse Winker to lateral moves or Mitch Haniger to lateral moves, no. I think the closest one is probably Frazier to Colton Wong. That is the closest to a lateral move I think the Mariners made this offseason. I still think Wong's the better player, but
stats this year would say otherwise, but it is still very early. If Frazier doesn't regress and he is first half 2021 Frazier on the Pirates or whatever year he was just hitting like 330. Good for him and good for the Orioles because they got a good contract out of that one.
Yeah, true.
Kelnick's diving play was fire. Rico, I was excited to say the least.
Yeah, I didn't even see him. He came out of the frame. He came out of nowhere.
Well, like the way that the ball was hit, it looked.
Maze!
Is that a new member?
Dude!
Maze!
Bang! What a legend.
Dude,
bang!
Appreciate that, Maze. Yeah, dude. Throw up some emotes in their accent. Get in there. A little dance gif, little good vibes only. Appreciate that, bro. Big appreciate. Chills, dude. Chills. Sourpuss. Okay. We don't have the Twitch chat. We don't have better TTV extensions here, okay? No, so the diving play. I was like, okay, Wong's can go get it. And then Wong kind of was like slowing down. I'm like, oh god. And then Julio was like way out there in center field. I'm like, oh, what's gonna happen here? And then here comes Jared like Superman, like, ah. I was very excited.
Yeah, I mean, JK looks great defensively. He's looked really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And at the plate, he looks better too. He is literally like 10 times better than Mitch Haniger has been all of last season. Thoughts?
10 times?
10 times.
I don't know about 10 times. I would say since Jared's healthy, it might feel that way because we got limited time.
Therefore, he's played 10 more games. Therefore, he's already 10 times better.
Sure. Your camera quality's going down. I don't know why.
Oh, it is. I look funny. Did you see that Kyle Lewis has got put on the IL?
Because he's sick, right? Not because he's injured.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully that's the case.
Got the black lung pop. You want to read Lucario's trade?
First of all, Lucario, I know I read this earlier and I forgot to answer this. I'm going to the game on Friday, sitting in the Terrace Club.
Is that the 14th?
Probably.
Is that Big Dumper?
Yeah, it should be the Big Dumper bobblehead. I don't know if I'm going to get there in time because I work that day. But we'll see. Lucario says, I was thinking of a trade during the offseason for a second baseman. I was looking at Gleyber Torres and had a trade idea to get Torres. I wanted to know what you guys think of it. Go ahead and let us know what you're thinking, Lucario, because I also made one.
I mean, he already said it.
Oh, did he?
Seattle gets Torres. The Yankees get Gonzalez, Winker, and Toro.
Overpay
for Torres?
Yeah.
It's an overpay, but I think that's what it would have taken. Something like that. Maybe you don't throw in Toro or you don't throw in... I mean, they would have probably wanted Winker as like a left-handed bat, but I don't know if like Marco or Toro, which side you lessen for the trade there. But again, I don't know if, again, like you acquire Gleyber, you have Dylan Moore. Toro does not have a spot on the roster at that point. It's good to get him out of there.
If that's the package, I would want some sort of minor league player coming with that. Like, not like a good one, but just like, a little, maybe a flyer. Taking a flyer on like a AA guy who maybe is a little old for the level or something like that.
Just to see.
Yeah. Do you think Dipoto will actually try to get more all-star players or get more star players in the offseason if we don't make it to the playoffs this year?
It's tough to say. You want to say yes because it's like we see the window of opportunity and we know that it's now. We know like the core that we have. If you add to it in the right way, it can put you over the top. But we said that this offseason.
Yeah.
So depends on the player pool. I mean, everyone and their mother wants Shohei Ohtani. Shohei.
Oh my gosh, how do you always do that? We were recording a video, like the podcast we did, and Joe was like, Shohei, like every five. He was trying to end the video, and he kept being Shohei.
It was so bad, guys. I had the yips, bro. I straight up had the yips on just trying to say Shohei Ohtani's name. I don't like. There's again, accent brings it up too. He's better off trading right now at the deadline unless he wants to go for Ohtani because the next class isn't that good. The two best players I think next free agency are Shohei Ohtani and Teoscar Hernandez.
Yep.
So unless do we re-sign Teo? Depends on the contract. Depends on the year he has. If he doesn't have a good year, which not something that I want, but if he doesn't have a good year, maybe he signs a 1-year prove-it deal with us for next year.
Yeah, because
or he goes somewhere he wants to be, something like that, right?
Let's say the season was to end today. Obviously, very early, but let's say the season was to end today. I think your only two locks for the outfield would be Julio and JK. Only two locks.
Yeah, because I mean, Pollock's on a 1 year. Doubt you bring him back. And as far as like the minors, like the minor leagues go, like Zach
Taylor
Deloach.
Trammell.
Zach Deloach hit
Yeah.
a home run. And yeah, like Trammell, like you're right. Like he's on the injured list. So
Yeah. Cade Marlowe
yeah,
on the injured list. Like, we don't know. We don't know what we have out of those guys. I think when Trammell comes back, he will be on this roster and we'll get a little bit better feel for it. But as of right now, if the season ended today, your only two locks are JK and Julio, and that's it. So, Maze, you're going to the game Friday too. Let me know when you're there. We might be able to. I might be able to come say what's up.
yeah. Dadar's clowning me, bro, because I can't go because
Yeah.
I don't live in Washington.
Because you're an idiot.
I'm going to an A's game on Tuesday,
I'm sorry.
the 2nd.
You'll be like one of like the 4 people at that
Hey
game.
man,
That's
but
big.
it is
Going on
sick.
Tuesday?
Yeah, it's the best day for
Oh
us.
God, there's not going to be anyone there.
It's
wow.
and that's the best thing about it because it's so easy to go in. You don't have to wait for parking or anything. You just drive right in. They're like, "Hey, are you sure you're in the right spot?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here to see a baseball game." And
They're like, "Are you sure you didn't mean to go to Oracle Park in San Francisco
Yeah,
instead?"
like, no, I'm here for Ring Central Coliseum. Actually, thanks, guys. Yeah. Let's go see the Mariners play the Oakland Athletics. Hopefully, Luis Castillo is not pitching because he just can't pitch in Oakland. It seems like last year, he gave up a 3-run bomb to Tony Kemp when we were there, and I was mega sad. I was also at the game where Diego Castillo tried to big boss too hard and didn't let Ty France field the ball. That game was sad to leave. So if they lose that Tuesday, I won't go to another game. I promise.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, please never go to another. Wait, is it a Mariners game on that Tuesday?
Bro, why else would I go?
I don't know. You're dumb.
I am dumb, but I'm not that dumb. Yeah, I only go to Mariners games when like if they're playing in Oakland. Like I
That's
only
fair.
go to Oakland if the Mariners are in town.
Yeah,
Catch
sick
me
invite,
there
by
for
the
at
way.
least what? You fly down on May 2nd, we'll go.
It's the one stadium I've ever been to down there.
Okay. You've been to Chase Field and I haven't been.
It's true. You
Bastard.
could have. I actually technically invited you.
I couldn't go.
So-
Oh, this is ridiculous, guys.
So
I
I'm just
normally get
saying.
to the game earlier and hang out in the pen, but I got J-Rod squad seats for Friday. I want a J-Rod squad shirt real bad.
You know that they don't make it in our size.
What? They don't make
Remember-
2X?
Like, remember when we would go to like Felix games and half the time we couldn't get shirts in our size because we're fat?
Yeah, we just turned them into like flags.
Yeah,
Because we can't wear them.
because we're fat.
Turn
bro.
it into like a quilt. Get a bunch of
2X? Yeah, we're adults, accent, and we're fat.
Bro, I'm a cool 6 foot, like almost 260. What do you want me to do, bro? I don't
Yeah.
show it in my face very much because they've got a beard. You want it? Huh? Accent? You want it? Whatever, bro.
Did you just take your shirt off? Is that
no,
what that
no,
was?
no. I was trying to show off my
Oh,
neck.
okay.
My neck.
Oh,
Accent's such a fake fan, dude. This is
he is
unbelievable.
not even a real fan of ours.
Literally?
That's crazy, accent.
God, it's always
Um,
frustrating for me to watch the Mariners often scoring less than 5 runs in a game. And to me, I believe adding more better batters is what the Mariners need to address. What do y'all think? I think one more bat could take the lineup over the top. It likely could have been a DH in that role.
Yeah.
Or you get another outfielder and you move, Teo to the DH role, even though Teo's been fine in the outfield aside from the one play today. Accent, don't you dare tell him to cry. I'll ban you immediately.
Yeah.
Don't be rude. So,
Um,
that's just
No, I mean, I think it's a
Could've.
really good point. We talked a lot about this. The Mariners were one bat away from having a really good competitive lineup.
complete
and this is-
lineup, I would say.
Before we saw Colton Wong, we didn't know Colton Wong was going to struggle. We didn't know Teo was going to struggle off
Yeah,
the rip.
I saw a
obviously.
Jerks and Profar comment earlier. Profar would have been fine.
We were banging the table for Profar for a while.
Yeah, I wanted to make a video saying sign Jerks and Profar. Day one of saying this until they signed Jerks and Profar, and then 2 days later the Rockies signed him for whatever godforsaken reason. The
It's
Rockies.
the
went-
Rockies.
They don't make any sense, bro. Signed 2 bats and they haven't been performing.
For now.
You
True.
nailed it.
Yeah, I mean, but that'll change. I mean, Teo has always been a performer. Colton Wong's always relatively been a performer. Brandon Drury. See, that's the thing is, of course we were Brian Reynolds would have been that guy. That's a lot. But like we were
Yeah, we wouldn't have JK if we traded for Brian Reynolds.
when the season first started. Our off season first started. We were like, okay, go get Trey Turner or something. Once we saw how much they were getting paid, we're like, okay, whoa.
Really.
And then then we were like, okay, Jerks and Profar. I even wanted Eric frickin' Hosmer, man.
Profar, Will Myers, Brandon Drury, Hosmer. There's one other one. Not JD Martinez, because that was just like fun because he was in Seattle for a day. You mentioned Cruz on the
Cruz would
pod
have been fun. Yeah.
after before he signed with the Padres. There's one other guy. I just can't remember who. I feel like it's
We'll think
another.
of it.
It'll come to us in a vision.
Ha-Sung Kim. Eric Hosmer would have been a damn near perfect. I'm saying he would have been able to give time off to Ty France. He would have been a okay DH, left-handed bat in the lineup. I don't know. Also, Lucario, yes, next time I see you, I'll take the picture. I'm gonna get one on my phone too because I want to post it. And all the people that take selfies with me at games never post them.
I'd take a
'Cause you
selfie
guys
with
are
you and
jerks.
post it.
I don't want a selfie with you. You're ugly.
That's kind of mean, man. Just saying, hurts my feelings a lot when you say stuff like that.
Next year's second base free options Reek. Yeah, that's why we really needed Colton Wong to be good.
I mean, hey man, Cole Young's ready. Felon and Celestine's ready. Who could we move to second base? Next question.
Hey, Eugenio Suarez, second baseman. We are putting Ty France back at second base. Woo! You miss Winker? Stop it.
I mean,
don't.
that's the thing is like, I'm looking back, I feel so ignorant to like the negative impact that it feels like he had on the clubhouse and stuff like that. Because outwardly, I feel like you didn't see it until you realize the defensive liability that was there and him pressing at the plate because he wasn't doing well. But like, there were moments where I was like I was happy to have him on the roster. Now, in hindsight, it doesn't look that great, but
yeah, and I mean, he was an offensive cancer, or not offensive, clubhouse cancer. No, you're good, Lucario. I'm just making fun of you, bro. He was a clubhouse cancer, and like the one good thing I have to say about Jesse Winker is he took on an entire baseball team to defend Julio Rodriguez. That's the only thing I have to say.
He kind of had that dog in him, and I feel like if he was DH for us this year, obviously, the trade doesn't go through. You don't get Colton Wong, so you don't have a second baseman. But like, if he was the DH, you don't let him play the outfield because he can't. Just leave him at DH. I feel like it'd been fine. He would give you competitive-ish at bats. He'd get on base. Lord knows he can take a ball. So I don't know.
How did I get the best pitching fantasy lineup of all time? I'm literally the best ever. I missed on the IL. I believe it was an oblique thing for him. Honestly, he was so out of left field. All right, Mace, stop it, dude.
That's a good pun, low-key.
I don't get it.
Low-key good pun. Bro, the Blue Jays came back, are now leading the Angels 12-10 in the top of the 10th.
Are they?
Let's go. Big wild.
Many times I'll say it again. Committing to Crawford at shortstop's not a smart move. Am I the only Mariners fan who's not a fan of him? I'm sorry to Crawford lovers, but we need a shortstop. I agree. I don't think that saying that JP Crawford is the future is the right thing to do. He's a fine placeholder until one of the big prospects are ready, but that's still so far in the future. And if your window of contention's open now, you got to figure something out now. And JP, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's played decent this season. He's hit the ball hard. He doesn't have a whole lot to show for it. He has hit the ball hard. He puts up really good at-bats. But JP Crawford, I love the guy to death. I really do. I just if they can't get his bat going, it's gonna be a problem.
I mean, he's fine. He's hitting ninth,
Yeah.
There are moments of brilliance with him at the plate. Accent says he's a top 5 defender at that position. True. He would be a top 1 defender at second base if he wanted to move over there. Or like, if there was someone that was like, behind him waiting to come up to be shortstop, or Mariners like, hey, we want to go acquire this guy. He'd be top 1 at second base. Like I feel like he would translate over there just fine. I understand that you want to keep a great defender over at shortstop.
I got some funny statistics for you.
About the same. Okay. A funny statistic, you say?
JP Crawford's baseball savant page percentile rankings are better than Julio Rodriguez's.
Hey man, it's Julio over or
his
whatever.
average exit velocity is 85th percentile. Max exit velo in the 65th, hard hit percentage 67th, expected batting average 78th percentile. So he is just having some bad BABIP luck, bro. His chase rate's good, his whiff rate's good, outs above average are good. Barrel rate first percentile. That's really bad. But
For who? JP?
for JP,
Yeah, I mean
but overall,
his barrel rate has always been terrible though.
yeah.
That's never something he's been able to like figure out is how to get the barrel to the ball consistently.
Mhm. Yeah. So I don't know. JP will be fine. I think. I think he's fine. I think he's fine at shortstop, and I think he's fine in the 9-hole. I think he's a perfect 9-hole hitter. But
Yeah. People were mad at me.
yeah, I know.
For the poll. I was like, this isn't us saying we want JP to move up. It's just a question, guys. Like, if he's hitting and people in front of him aren't, should he move up? The answer is no, because you want him to turn over the lineup card to Julio. But, it's, food for thought. Wong has gone from 2nd to 8th in a matter of a week and a half. You don't, I don't know. You can't have black holes in your lineup. And right now, there's been like 1.5 of them.
Tell me right now, guys. What position does Corey Julks play? Who is Corey Julks? Go on, chat. Go. I'm listening. Go on.
Corey Julks.
Do you know?
I've never heard that name in my life. That sounds like a MLB The Show 2029 MVP.
What about Yainier Diaz?
Yainier Diaz. Yep, that sounds like a player.
Yeah, guys want to know why no one knows who these people are? Well, fun fact, those were the starting left fielder and starting catcher for the Houston Astros today. So,
oh, right.
Yeah, you think that the Mariners are in a bad spot. Let's be honest, y'all. Let's be honest. If you think that J.P. Crawford and Colton Wong are a problem for the Mariners.
That Diaz guy played in the WBC, didn't he?
I think so.
I feel like
Yadier Drake did. Maybe that's who you're thinking about.
Oh, that is who I'm thinking of. That's who I'm thinking of. Because I saw his card in MLB The Show.
Yeah, Mauricio Dubon was the starting second baseman today for the Houston Astros. You think the Mariners are in a bad spot, chat?
Hey, man, Mauricio Dubon, he can do things sometimes.
Yeah,
every once in a while.
Player.
He is a baseball player. Accent went 2 for 2. Bang. Literally the iciest player of all time. Yeah.
Fact of the matter is, ain't Emerson and Bryce in AAA? No, they're in AA.
Which is
fact of the matter is, the Mariners are in a much better spot right now than the Houston Astros are. They don't have anybody in their lineup that is out right now, knock on wood. They don't have anybody hurt like the Houston Astros do with Jose Altuve and Martin Maldonado, etc., etc.
JK went big today. I agree. JK is continuing to impress me, and it's very, 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 very nice to see. I thought he had a home run. I really did. I was like jumping up and down, doing backflips. It didn't hit off the wall, hit to the wrong spot of the park, but still great to see out of him. What's up, Geek? Fine for shortstop.
Go ahead.
That's a comment right there. Fine for shortstop. No, he's fine for second base. Also, he was not that good defensively. Yeah, that was last year. I mean, he's definitely proving that he's fine there at shortstop this year. Demo to take second base. Yeah, I think Demo, when he comes back, if he can hit righties, it'll definitely push Wong to have to make better appearances at the plate. But I don't see him taking a bunch of at-bats against righties right away.
Yeah, I don't think that Dylan Moore is an everyday player. He is one of the best bench players in all of baseball.
Is Dylan 100%. Moore turning into Ham Swaggerty?
Ham Swaggerty was never Ham Swaggerty.
Whoa, bro, you relax. Sam Haggerty should be seeing everyday ABs. He should be leading off.
All right, YouTube comments, calm down.
Double in the ninth should have been out too. Wind was pushing it in. Yeah, Cleveland just decided to be. The Cleveland's like, hey, Chicago, relax. We're the Windy City today, by the way.
Sorry to comment a lot. No, don't be sorry, bro.
Do not be sorry. Point. That's what we're here.
The reason why I believe adding more better batters is because teams in our division, like the Angels and Rangers, are getting more talent batters, scoring more runs. So if we want to win the division, we need to score more runs and stop relying on only our pitchers. The problem, I agree with that for the most part. The problem is that the Mariners were already leaps and bounds ahead of at least the Angels. The Angels, I don't know. They
from a complete roster standpoint,
yeah,
we're ahead. Obviously, they've got superstars in Trout and Ohtani, but those are outliers in that situation,
Anthony Rendon, dude's stupid, first of all, and then second of all, is a shell of his former self.
Yeah, Taylor Ward's been great for them. He's playing phenomenal defense out there and left.
Yeah, Urshela and Fletcher. Yeah,
I I don't have any problems with Urshela
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have Urshela right
than
now
Tommy
than
LaStella,
yeah, easily.
but
Yeah, no, Colton Wong will be fine. Guys get off the slow starts. Who cares? Colton Wong will be fine. I have no worries about Colton Wong whatsoever. Um, JP, we know what we're gonna get out of JP. He's been the same guy for years,
yeah.
and tail will get hot. So,
Yeah,
and when
once
it
he's
does,
like when he saw, I feel like once he sees like just sees it like putting it all together. I don't love that he's making adjustments at the plate, by the way. Like he's changed his stance a little bit here and there. I don't love that necessarily because I want him to be like consistent at the plate with his approach, but once he gets rolling, I think you'll start to see everything kind of start clicking all together. Same thing,
yeah,
Gino, once he finds his power stroke, those singles that he's hitting over the shortstop head are eventually going to start carrying out to left center field.
yeah. So, it is what it is. Guys got off to slow starts, especially with new teams. You know what I mean? Do you think it's fair to say both Swaggerty and Demo could put up better numbers on a platoon role over Wong, right? We signed Wong and LaStella 3 years late. I don't think so, personally. I think
Because
overall Sam Haggerty and Dylan Moore are fine, but
they just
they get
both don't hit.
overexposed.
They don't hit right-handed pitching, which is why you have
Mm-hmm.
Wong. Everyone like
Yeah.
not everyone. I don't know. People think that Haggerty can hit both sides because he's a switch hitter. No, he historically has shown
Most
that he
certainly
cannot
cannot.
hit right-handed pitching. He is a left-handed hitting merchant for the most part.
Yeah, he's like a 100 hitter versus right-handed pitching in his career. So
Yeah,
ooh, and I can look up Dylan Moore's too, how he is versus righties. I mean, he's definitely better, but
against lefties. Or are you saying
yeah,
or are you
or
saying
righties.
righties versus compared to Haggerty?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, so far, so in his career, Sam Haggerty is a 283 hitter versus lefties, a 202 hitter versus righties.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, everyone's saying, "Oh my God, we should put in Sam Haggerty over Colton Wong." So far, Sam Haggerty is hitting 125 and eight plate appearances versus lefties and 250 versus righties and 4 plate appearances. So, I mean, if we're gonna take small sample sizes of Colton Wong, we got to use the small sample sizes also for Sam Haggerty.
Yeah.
It's not a case by case basis here.
Yeah. I mean, if
Dil-
Wong heats up, if he does, even better for us, right?
yeah,
We're showing that we don't need him to be super effective right now, and we can still be competitive in games. So,
yeah. Dylan Moore is a career 250 hitter versus lefties and a 215. Oh, I'm sorry, 225 hitter versus lefties and a 198 hitter versus righties. So,
yeah.
ooh,
Ooh. Wesley said Wong started slow in St. Louis as well. That's, good news. Good news then, if he is a second half guy and we know JP as a first half guy, that'll balance out the middle of the infield,
that's right.
Maybe they can, unite together, do a little fusion dance and then become one complete player for a full season. We'll see.
Yeah, something like that.
Makes sense logistically.
Angels have Hunter Renfroe, who's been hitting bombs recently, Drury, who's been hitting bombs today, Taylor Ward's fired, Logan O'Hoppe, who's been crazy, and Rengifo, who hits a lot of bombs versus the Mariners. Yeah, I mean, guys get on hot streaks. I mean,
Yeah.
Gino's hitting like 370 right now.
I mean, not after his 1 for
Not
6
after
today, but
like,
yeah, you're not wrong. And like, you bring up a good point. They've got guys that can pop off at any moment. Where like Renfroe, he's got crazy stupid power. He always has. Drury, who I think had a Silver Slugger last year at the utility position, technically, right? And then
utility position.
Yeah, I mean that's what it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, the role they made up. Yeah.
Yeah, the fake position.
Yeah.
And then like we said Taylor Ward already. Logan O'Hoppe's a rookie. If he develops well, that's great for them. I think did they get him in that's the Syndergaard Marsh trade, right?
Yeah, correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Rengifo kills only us. Yes.
It's true.
Pisses me
Same
off.
with Tony Kemp.
It makes me so freaking mad, bro. I don't understand.
So, I don't know. Overall, marriage can be fine. It's one loss. Oh, we were over the moon yesterday.
I was. Yeah. I mean, I just really wanted the sweep. The sweep would have felt nice.
Like, yeah, but I don't.
It's
care.
not the end of the world. This loss is not the end of the world.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Scott's gonna figure out like how he wants to use his bullpen right. He's gonna figure out like defensive replacements and stuff like that. Like today shows, I feel like you don't put Teo in the outfield after a cold day at DH.
Yeah.
You put Haggerty out there.
You leave him at DH. Yeah.
You leave him at DH, and that's great.
You're playing with fire if you think that you're going to be able to keep up with keep up with Teo being hot on defense. You're playing with
Yeah,
fire.
you're. I mean, it's one thing that you've never seen out of him before, so you can't fully expect it for an entire season for him to be consistent defensively. You know.
Yeah. Overall, sweep and 500 would have been nice. I completely agree, Games, but it is what it is. You go out there
Alas.
against the Cubs and get them tomorrow.
Yeah, and I think against Drew Smiley, we're gonna see a strong lineup against a lefty. I'll be curious if Kelenich's playing. I'll be curious.
Yeah.
He had a great series against the Guardians. He's looked great all year. Maybe he's batting lower in the lineup, but I think tomorrow, obviously, Pollock's going to be out there, and then you're going to probably run Murphy at catcher.
Murphy.
And then if Cal's DHing, is Kelenic going to be out there? Probably not, because you have Teo and right. So does Cal get a day off, and then Teo's at DH again? Maybe Pollock's at DH. There's a lot of options. I'd like to see Kelenic start. I think
I would too.
I want to see Kelenic try and get some competitive at bats against a left-handed pitcher, especially a guy like Drew Smiley. I think I saw it earlier. He had a 10 ERA. I mean, that didn't matter.
Nice.
Plesac had a big boy ERA going into today, so it doesn't matter necessarily. But I feel like Smiley is a guy that you can try and get Kelenic an at bat against and be like, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Let's throw him out there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would rather bat than Framber Valdez. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Like if you're gonna pick a lefty, the guy that's 0-1 with 11.57 ERA in 2023 so far might be the guy to go do it against.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to see Sam Haggerty somewhere tomorrow, whether that be in the outfield or DHing or something. Maybe they DH Teo and
he'd probably just start at second. Have Wong get a day off.
Yeah, or that. Yeah. Either way. Yeah, I mean,
there's lots of options.
Might be a good day to give Wong the day off. I know Haggerty started at first game of the Angels series. Second game?
Maybe
the game.
Yeah, a game. You're right.
A game.
Loving Logan Gilbert's Ghost Fork knockoff. I mean, if it's going to cause him to have blisters on his fingers so he can't get his velo back and feel whatever, comfortable on the mound, I don't love it. I don't know if that's necessarily the case of what happened and why his velo dropped. I just saw that was like a thing. I was like, maybe it's a blister.
Yeah.
But his strikeouts, I mean, he struck out 6 over 4, which is great. If his strikeouts go up, I think he can be a lot more lethal of a pitcher. Does he actually have blisters? I don't know. But I know throwing a splitter is the pitch that's going to make you develop blisters the most because the way you have to grip the ball. We will be okay. Yes. You are correct.
It's a nice shirt you got on there,
bro.
bro.
Don't do this to me right now, bro. I wasn't ready for this.
Make sure you guys go to simplyseattle.com and use code MOJO10 to get one of these super sick Julio Rodriguez Phenom sweatshirts or shirts. They're very, very cool. Make sure you do it. It's sick. Mojo10 will save you 10% off on your order. Smile. And you'll help us smile. Give us all your money.
I switched scenes at the wrong time, but this one.
Unbelievable.
No, I mean, I think you showed it, but I put up the graphic.
This is unbelievable. Give us all your money. Thanks.
Just like that. I mean, Maze already did, so Maze is fine. Maze is in the clear. Maze joined as a member today. Big dubs. First member in a month. We're back. We're back on the board. Feeling good about it.
Member train. Yes,
there we
go.
Appreciate that, Maze.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up from us here today. Nice little stream.
Yeah.
We're going to see the Cubs tomorrow. So, any closing thoughts, Joe?
I'm feeling a leadoff home run from Julio Rodriguez tomorrow after an abysmal game today. I think he's going to try and bounce back and really just rip one over the ivy tomorrow. That's my closing thought. I'm manifesting it even.
I like that. Are you guys subbed to Joe Doyle's Patreon? No.
I'm not subbed to any Patreon, so.
True. On God, for real, for real. Closing thoughts for me. Thank you so much for asking, Joe.
I was getting there. Thank
you so much for asking.
Hey, can we go back a second?
Yep.
Colton, what are your closing thoughts, dude?
Wow, Joe, I'm really glad you asked. Overall, my closing thoughts are relax.
All right, bro. Well, with that, relax for the rest of your evening, everybody. Well,
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. Bye. Are you not saying bye?
I hope the Easter Bunny brought you guys all the...
Bro, the Easter Bunny really brought Vesta down to AAA. That's crazy.
And with that, we'll see